Welcome to episode 35 of our Hobo to Hero Football Manager playthrough thingy. There's no playthrough in Football Manager. Football Manager is live. Yeah, we are still with Sarawak United. Let's see how long it lasts though. Given that we got him promoted, things do look reasonably well, I think. And next we will face Keda. Keda are right next to us on the table. For now. They also threw us out of the cup in the Shupi Piala FA first round. So, yeah. That's not good. So we will face them again. At home, again. With under very similar circumstances. And I think we should probably have a look at the goals first. Come to think of it. Maybe there's something to be learned there. We scored 3. How did we let them score that much? Let me guess. They countered. I think this is one of these matches where we went in defensively and it didn't work. Not sure. So that was a counter-attack. Well done. Well, not well done. Well done, the striker. Our defending was pretty unimpressive. This one had looked like counter-attack, but then resulted in a shot from distance. There was a goal that was clawed back by Jafar. Thanks to Cherenol, it's a really impressive choice of a player. We did get that one. Then, apparently Elbak just still managed to score 1-2. But we received another goal after a corner right afterwards. Seeger did that one. Yeah, I remember that one. We did get one back by Baru, who just needed to tap it in thanks to Chuchu's great performance prior to that. And then, in minute 84, we conceded yet another goal. So, what did I learn here? I don't know, not much. We had expected goals-wise, we were better in the end. So, we just need to be better. That'll be hard to accomplish. Well, maybe we should go in defensively, but on the other hand, it's a home match. It's a home match. Did we use Jeffrey that day? Jeffrey is damn slow. First and foremost. So the argument could be made that using Carrier, maybe it gets a little bit better. Well, not by much though. But it could. It could. Hi Strong J, welcome back to this to the stream. I'm a bit tired today. We will have one league match today. One league match only, and you missed like 4 minutes of the stream, so well on point. Facing Keda, the club that threw us out of the cup. So revenge is on the table. What's new with you? I guess we should talk about last match first, though. Shouldn't we? No adaptations to training needed just yet. Matches on Saturday here. Okay. Well, I might as well do those, right? Well, day of work. I think I enjoyed work today, but it was still somewhat tiresome. That makes sense. Yeah, so I'm pretty spent. But a deal's a deal, and my usual streaming schedule says I should stream now, so I do. I also bought new hardware. That arrived today. It's not on the computer yet. There we go. New CPU, new RAM, and a new motherboard. I will not hold that into the camera right now, but, well, it's there. Just waiting for the new... Is it still a cooler in English? I guess. The fan. And that stuff. And the cooling body, the cooling block. So, waiting for that. And afterwards, well, I hope I will get it all sorted, and we will have a much higher performance in Football Manager. That's what I'm hoping for. At least. I think in comparison to what I use right now, though, I'm pretty happy with what I bought. It will probably be much faster. Alright. So, last match, we lost. 2-0. Not at home. Versus Teringangu, or whatever it's pronounced, and really... We didn't stand a chance. Not really. It was horrible. No chance whatsoever. Which brings me to a certain aspect of this play overall. So, Strong J, do you have any, I guess you have a lot of experience with Football Manager, given that you hang around here. Do you have experience with formations and how to use them? I was thinking, so this formation, as far as I'm aware, is pretty flexible. It can be used in a variety of mentalities. But I thought about switching these two. The formations and the mentality. The overall setup. To go with a 4-2-3-1 on the counter, and the 4-3-3 for possession-based play. And I'm not sure what to use in what case. Yeah. So that's a thing at the top of my head right now. But maybe we'll just skip forward a day or two. There's also something that I found looking for players. You can set up a filter for the scouts, or for the scouted players.
Hey, yet another member for the fan club.
Are you quite sure it's not a self-help group?
Yeah, so people coming into the stream not reading the chat rules, but auto-posting bullshit like this. That's really great, and I can definitely live without these kinds of followers. For those not aware, the chat rules clearly state, I think, that you will get banned if you come in promoting bullshit. For example, promotion. Or, I don't know, digital art or something. I've had enough of this. So I put it into the chat rules. Apparently people don't read those. Well, I guess as a bot I wouldn't read that either. Alright. Where was I? The club atmosphere is pretty bad. I don't like that. So maybe it's worth talking to most of them, sadly. He trained somewhat well, and I think he did not score last time, but was it his fault? I don't know. He didn't score. We will warn him about it. Doesn't want to be criticized, but in the end we are fine. So we will criticize his conduct. Not criticize his conduct. Did I do that just now? Maybe I praised his conduct. Hopefully I did. 7.06 is not too bad. 3 goals, 0 assists. Development, barely any. But for a 25-year-old, I do not expect much, to be honest. I think this is still fine. So, no use talking to him anymore. I guess we could try to give him a contract for less money. I mean, does he have an agent? Doesn't seem like it. So, let's see. Maybe he wants to earn less. What's his role right now? He's considered a star player. Important player. So, we'll go with important player instead. He wants to be star player under any circumstance. And this we cannot really afford. But it is much closer to 325 than I expected. I didn't want contract negotiations today, but, you know, if we can, and it's still about a contract until the end of 2026. So why not? He wanted 375. So if we get this to 300 and with less bonuses, that will be good. Very good, in fact. That is less money than he earns right now, isn't it? So I like this. He's close to that goal bonus now. Okay, that was too much. Still, I think it is important to recognize that we could stand a chance of reducing his wage at some point, and it might be the same for the others throughout the entirety of the squad. As a result, we might be able to hold on to some of the players. I didn't suspect that, but it is a thing. He would want between 325 and what was it? Too much. Yeah. Don't want to talk to that agent. What's with Mod Jalil? 275 right now. I mean, he is first choice goalkeeper, that's true. Doesn't really perform well. Contract until the end of 26. Okay, he wants to be important player, so let's say we make him important player. The existing one is on 275 with a vast non-conceded bonus. But in this case... So 250 would be great. Let's say we start at 220. And in particular, the bonuses are lower for now. Interesting. So I guess the question is, do we want this or do we want to withdraw this? This is a primary goalkeeper. He hasn't been good enough recently. We still suspect that he is a consistent performer and he likes big matches at some point, even though his form is pretty bad right now. So assuming he will make it at some point, we can reduce his wage by 30 euros a week, plus the giant bonuses go away. So for now, this is 10.5% of the club's wage bill. And it doesn't show in percent here. It comes with an additional guarantee for playing time though. He would consider himself to be an important player, and well, he is anyway, isn't he? Also, he would get a bonus for every single time we do not get relegated. To some people, this is the most boring part about Football Manager, but I think once it all comes together, it's pretty great. Once you realize that every single euro you save here, or whatever pound, whatever currency you use, once you realize all of this comes together and you can afford the odd player here and there for that reason only, once you realize that every single euro you earn in some match you can spend on a quality player later on, I think at that point you realize that haggling about all of this money may well be worth it. Let's try. Yeah, he doesn't care. Great. The appearance fee he will insist on. And apparently also the clean sheet bonus, which is still much less than what he earns right now for a clean sheet, and same with the appearance fee. So we reduced this by 35 euros and this by a ton. Now, if we can also get a relegation wage drop clause in here. Where is it? There. Say 5%. No, he doesn't want that. Neither the optional contract extension. I still think this is good. That's fine. So we just wasted a bit of time on a contract negotiation with a player that we already had, but I consider this a good deal. In particular, given that we snatched him in poor form, so no other clubs will be interested, but we do assume that he will get back to it at some point, and even if he continues to be in bad form for 2 years, well, that happens. But he's still on an appropriate level for this league in general. So I think we can sit this out. And well, it says here he's a good player for Liga M3, so he's not good enough for this league, but he's the best we can get, isn't he? Alright. Looking at the contract situations. Ankun and Azamudin are the next ones that are really expensive. So Azamudin's contract is very short term only. There's two possibilities here. We give him a contract as a player for the foreseeable future, so up until the age of 41, but we reduce the wages, and chances are he will go into a retirement anyway. If he doesn't, well, then we sit on the wages. Or alternatively, we let him leave. There's also the option that he just turns into a scout at some point, a really bad one on top. But what do I know? Yeah, he wants a staff role only. So, assuming we do emergency backup with him though, and tell him that he can be scout alongside it, maybe? Nah. Well, this is lower than what he earns right now, so that would be good. It's also a 1-year contract only. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. So, we renegotiate that and try to undercut him a little bit. Apparently, the players are willing to sign for lower wages in some circumstances. Yeah. I think I'll keep it here. Perfect. So that saves us 60 euros a week. That is still way too expensive for this kind of player, but, you know, Grandpa will not cost us that much anymore, so that's good. Wage budget is at 2617 right now. So assuming we save 100 euros, that might enable us to sign the odd player here and there. For, you know, the 30 euros per week territory, but still, that's not too bad. Seems like he does care about this at one point. Sadly. Okay. Alright, that's it. So that would be 200 a week now. It says. Well, that's less than he earns right now. That's for sure. Also, way lower bonuses. I like this. Should have done that earlier, shouldn't I? A few days and we will have much faster processing. Pinky promise. I really hope Football Manager is optimized for a few cores. I don't think it is. Cooler not included. Yeah, that's what we're waiting for. I'm not sure if it will give away more heat, actually. It might. Might not. My stuff is so old. It does heat the whole room, basically. The technical stuff really concerns me. I'm thinking, I'm not sure if 4-2-3-1 with 2 DMs is an appropriate formation. For playing, well, a possession-based system. According to this here. Four, two, three, one is neutral. Says it's neutral. Whilst the 4-3-3. Where is it? Well, it's also more or less neutral. Yeah. There are very defensive and extremely defensive formations, though. And their rules, right? If you play them all on attack duty, well, good luck with that. But we do play a ton of 4-4-2s in this league. There must be a way to counter this. How was your day so far, Mies? Are you ready for yet another 0-point match? Well, in that case, we will need to get a point at least. That was a target for today anyway. But now we need to do it. I just don't know how. Me too, man. Me too. I'm stuck to chocolate for now. Well, Twitch says I need to do a break. Also, there's some sort of mosquito or something flying around here. So I guess I could hunt that down whilst doing the break. Let's try that. Maybe I'll find it. BRB. Okay. I didn't find the insect thing. It's somewhere around here. You know, one of those tiny ones that try to fly straight in front of your face. That's what you get from getting fresh air into your room. Alright. Fire lists. He's 35. Technically gifted, not so much with the dribbling though. He can play a pass, he has no idea how to play in any role other than on the wing. I think we'll take a pass. He's 33. Not really impressive, is he? Rumley. Not to be confused with the one that we had in the squad, 30 years old. I don't think I'm interested. Adam Shreen is considered to be a playmaker. I have seen worse. That said, anticipation and off-the-ball movement are not up to the standard that we're looking for. He also doesn't know how to dribble. And he's neither tall nor strong. He is still pretty fast though. I have my doubts. That's... What is this? He can run. He's somewhat capable of crossing the ball. He's not really capable of finishing. Passing is not his strong suit. He's a runner, more or less. But I don't know. Masri. Not to be confused with our left back. Very consistent performer, likes big matches, but he was susceptible to injury. Yeah. I don't know. Probably don't need him. Baharudin is not the kind of striker I'm looking for. Dort. Not to be confused with Dort that we have in on loan. I don't think so. Jacques Fay. That looks better. He does want a ton of money though, and we don't have that. Why? Where did you play? With PDRM? Wait. We have no idea where he played previously? Jacques Fay? So first of all, I found a picture. Born in 95. He left the non club and joined PDRM. Yeah. He's 29. Well, in real life. So in my FM safe, he's 30, yeah. But no idea what he did. Alright. I guess though, he could be a viable addition to the squad. If only, well, he has acceleration and pace. So there's that. That said, he's 30 years old. So he will decline physically. He will probably go up mentally. Dribbling and stuff, not really. And assuming we make him an important player, or a star player, he wants money that I don't have. So go away. Mustafa Hussein is not much better than what we have. He's similar. Somalian. That wouldn't matter much, but he's also very susceptible to injury. Not really interested. Bazaar. This is... He was with Selangor. Okay. So it says he's a winger. I do not necessarily agree. I think Shadow Striker would be fine. Again, the mentals are Concerning. Considered to be fairly determined. Just can't afford him. Probably true for most of them, that we just can't afford them. So I will skip through the rest here. Like if there's players like this. In fact, exactly like this. Oh, yeah, well, we could somewhat afford him, maybe. This is bad. Whatever. I wanted to go back to the scouting menu though. I found something there that I wasn't aware of. You can sort the scouted players and filter them by the expected wage in accordance to what a scout expects. The menu is flawed though. I'll show you. Well, first of all, we got an offer for a 32-year-old. I don't think we're interested, thank you. So, assuming we don't care about the contract status, we can go to scouting minimum wage demands and scouting maximum wage demands. And tell them, well, minimum should be 30. If it worked. Great. It's 70 euros. Great. We'll go with that. Stuff like this. Between 30 and 100. That's still a ton of players. So, say they must be interested at least. Alright. That's still a ton of them. Why? Well, because it contains a lot of players that have unknown in there. And I cannot get rid of this. Of the unknown. For some reason, unknown counts as, well, all of this. Is there anyone that we have extensive knowledge of? Yeah, sure. Estimated wage is not available here. But there's somebody here, for example, that would need to be paid between 30 and 40. Is this a good signing? I don't know. Probably not. On the other hand, it says C- and he's really cheap. 19-year-olds too. Doesn't really look impressive, does it? This here, though, is considered to be a signing between 25 and 35 euros. Mr. Roslan. He can't jump. But for the under 21s, and for 30 euros, well, he might be worth it. Then again, if you look at the bunch of ones in this attribute profile, I really have concerns. So maybe he's not the best one either. We could go through a bunch of these. At least those with extensive knowledge. So, where is this? So say we only use the extensive ones, and then we go by rating. Looks like Mr. Usley, for example, wins. At least according to this rating. That said, he's over 21, so cannot really sign him for the under 21s. Where was he? Was it him? Yes. But there are other players here that would sign for us for pretty cheap wages. So in the next transfer window, we might opt to do just that. Yeah. So, I don't know. What do you think? We could have signed a bunch of youngsters. Not making it to a single point, I guess. And just hope for the best. In that case, we would have earned some money here. I think I also wanted to look. Seidel retires. Seidel. He retired from football at the age of 26. Okay. Sure, you can do that. Ooh. That's not what I was looking for, but this is fine. I am okay with this. Decision making going up is, well, something. He also declined in technique. That's interesting. A 33-year-old that might not be good enough to run for the ball in defense. If he plays, that is. And this Tink person is not much faster. So as a result, well, also he's injured. He's back in training after injury. Okay. So we could though go down the right. The players in front of them are pretty decent though. Their positioning is somewhat good. So and any overload on the right probably won't work. We don't have that in us. I mean, Nazarudin's back, or we play Jafar again. For similar effect. I do not expect much of Jafar, to be honest. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Then again, it worked last time, right? Let's throw this all out. Okay, how did we usually cope with all of this? One league below. We did do all of this. I think our passing in the league below was better due to higher team cohesion and probably also better atmosphere at the club. Is there anything we can do about this? Not really. I mean, we can throw him into the under-21s given that he has transfer arranged. Maybe help him with the cohesion. We could throw out some of the players like Ishak or Dicky. I don't want to lose Dicky, but it might be a thing to just throw players out. And there have been extensions, well, attempts at extensions of others that are not really contract extensions, but just reductions in wage. Maybe we'll get something done, something in addition to that. Either signing a new player in the next transfer window or reducing the wages of the others even more. Ankun does improve. In the mental department mostly. The rest of it goes down. I think there is something to be said about Ankun here in his role as a defensive midfielder, as a playmaker. I think he has passing and vision that is appropriate, but he doesn't have the mentals for a real great playmaker role. He's not good enough for this, not on this level. His balance is really shitty. So, seen from that perspective, a better playmaker would be appropriate. Problem is we don't have any. What are these attributes used for on a playmaker? Is there an implication for the tempo of play? Yeah, well, I guess that's a really bad question, isn't it? I should know that. As far as I'm aware, decision making and composure and all that stuff, composure maybe not so much, but decision making is pretty important for the time that they have on the ball, right? Let me have a look. So, decision is the most important attribute involved in decision making, the wiki says. However, a player's ability to make an effective decision is limited by the options he is aware of, which is affected by vision. So he needs to see them, then he needs to make the correct decision. In other words, Ankun is the one to see the correct options, or most of the options, but he will not take the correct decision most of the time. If we look at creativity, so that's a player's intelligence on the ball. That includes anticipation, decisions, flair, teamwork, and vision. So basically all of the intelligence attributes, it says. It's not horrible on him, but it's not good enough. What's with tempo, though? Does anyone know how tempo affects decision making? Asking the real questions here. You guys are pros, you should know this. Teach me. For what? So faster tempo is faster decisions, which means there's more of a requirement for making decisions. That's the way I see it too. So turning this thing on its head, a lower tempo would imply that players with less good decision making are, yeah, exactly. But on the other hand, it might open up space because the defense might be, well, overloaded. So a lower tempo implies less mistakes, basically, and less turnover of the ball. Well, less turnover of the ball is really hard to determine because they might lose the ball not for misplacing a pass, but for not making a decision at all. So there's a in-between thingy here. There's a sweet spot somewhere. Let's have a look at the decision making of the squad in comparison to the remainder of the league. I know where this ends up, but still, let's have a look. Usually I want to play high tempo. Just to put it out there. Mentally, the decision making of the squad is not good. So let's say the goalkeeper doesn't matter, still not good. The defenders don't matter, it's even worse. Wow. Our striker has good decision making. Well, both of them. The midfielder's decision making is the lowest in the league. What does this tell us? Also, composure is really low. So what do we do with that? Does this imply we play a low tempo passing game, work the ball into the box, or still play shorter because, well, our passing in general is pretty bad. So rest remains. And on occasion, Mr. Ankun might realize that there is an option to play a long ball or something. After, well, haven't reflected on it for an extended period of time, but it doesn't matter much. We do not need to create 35 chances, we need to create 5 and convert one of them. Is this the playing style? Well, looking at the assistant manager's assessment, I agree with Eluk still being upfront. Or being really good overall. I think it also shows in the form. 6 goals in 6 matches is not, like, it's pretty outstanding. But on the other hand, this has to be expected from somebody that he's at least capable of playing on this level. So I think he's good. We need him. We could play him as a pressing forward. So far we went with target forward though. So not much of a concern there. Then Ankun says is an important player and he is really skilled. I think Ankun is in this in-between situation, I think. I would argue, in Ankun's case, he is one of the better players in the squad, but he is in a situation where the mentals are not good enough for the level of, for the technical level that he has. So, do you remember the register that we used? What was his name again? Very early on with Yida Hotbelts IK. You might not have been around. I'm not even sure if Terranolid was around back then. So we used to. I've told this story again and again, so sorry for repeating it. We used the register in defensive midfield, and he was technically gifted, like absurdly gifted. He had, I don't know, don't want to exaggerate, but it was 30 to 15 technique, passing, and first touch, something like that. His vision was 6 though. So, and also a bunch of the other mentals was really bad. We still used him as a register anyway, and that was fine. But in the end, he was some kind of holding midfielder for at least 2 seasons. That said, given his superior technique and not much of an expectation on his behalf, he played possession passes most of the time, which resulted in somewhat acceptable match ratings. I think he had 8 points of strength, so he was somewhat capable of doing defensive duties. It was a possession-based system anyway, and he didn't lose possession much. So we ended up having a good rating on him, and as a result, his mentals improved throughout his career. And we brought him in, I think, at the age of 21 or something, and he was 26 when we got fired, I think. But he had progress. And I think Ankun is in a similar situation, although not to that extreme of a degree. He's not good enough mentally just yet to be the playmaker that we're looking for. His technique is okay for this level of play. It's not impressive, but it will be fine. Same with the mentals. The problem is he needs an additional 3 years of playing time for that. Like, I'm not saying he's bad, but he's not the one to dictate play excessively. He's the best choice to do that in our club, but he's not good at it. Not good enough yet. So, what do I make of that? Well, a less expectation, I guess. All of this high-tempo passing, maybe that's too much for him. And he will receive a lot of passes. Looking at the pass completion of Ankun, it's 88%. He barely creates chances though. So, what do we do with that? And he loses possession 17 times per 90 minutes. Aggregate. In comparison, Azamuddin loses less. Badrul Hisham loses more as a right back. Baru loses more, well that's unsurprising. Chuchu loses more. Bold loses less. I don't know why that is. Hilbert just still loses 20. Parsi loses way less. Possession. Also looking at all of these passing stats, like the 80% is not horrible, is it? Masrin's passing though. I think we've been here. His passing is 7. So it's way lower, and same as are his mentals. It's about how we use him in a tactic, I think. He usually has some space for his passing, or easy options available to him. So maybe Ankun doesn't have that. Not enough. Maybe that's a problem. Or it might just be the tempo. What do I make of that? Oh, I don't know. I guess we go lower tempo. Work the ball into the box all the time. Ankun has no idea how to do this, does he? Tempo is accomplished for some reason. What if... What's with standard tempo? That's also somewhat accomplished. So we could actually just go lower. I don't know. Let me know what you think about it. I'll grab some fresh water. BRB. Well, neither do I. So, still, thank you for the opinion, I guess. Not knowing stuff is not a big deal, though, is it? We can always try to find out. So let's ask Reddit. Why not? What are the most important team attributes for playing low tempo football, high tempo football, or more of a standard tempo? For playing a high tempo, it says here good first touch is key, or 1 or 2 touch passing. Guess that makes sense. And good off the ball movement were great as well. Why? Okay. Yeah. But that's just a preference, isn't it? So we are just different in that regard. I like Shadow Strikers. That said, I'm not sure if I like it that much in this formation. It will need to work somewhat. So I had a look. Lower tempo works with players that can hold the ball. Doesn't necessarily need to be on a technical level though, but a player like Elbert Chastel, for example, he can hold the ball. I think it's... the truth is probably in between. I think you're onto something. I just like it. That's a thing. I like to play a Shadow Striker in general. It doesn't necessarily need to be a Shadow Striker as a role though. I like an attacking midfielder. But I do prefer an attacking midfielder that actually, like, does something in a team. And I've had a hard time finding one here in Malaysia. So, for example, Nasaruddin is back. I think Nasaruddin overall could be much better if he had better mentals. But, like, the technical level of this player for this league is okay-ish. It's not fantastic, but it works. His mentals are... I don't even care much about the composure. Sorry, it was its thing again. The acceleration and pace is okay, the balance is pretty bad, stamina is not great, but stamina we can always replace with, well, a substitute. If he runs out of it. Natural fitness is pretty low on him. I don't know, this is not a permanent transfer. If I am forced to put it that way. Maybe we'll find somebody better, but I don't think so. There's... well, he doesn't know how to play there. There's always the option to play somebody, well, either up front or in attacking midfield that just taps the ball in. That said, for a situation within the penalty area, he lacks some physicals at this point. Facing the central defenders and all, that's probably too much for him. And well, he's considered to be emergency backup for a reason. Jafar has really good finishing. And, well, he somewhat can play here, but he can't run with the ball, for sure. So, I don't know, stuff like this. That does not run with the ball much, but he's not a passer either. He does have good composure and decision making though, but like his vision is inexistent. I don't know. Don't want him to create anything. That's not appropriate. So, second striker is what you're going for all the time. But who would that be? We could do something like Jafar as a poacher and the target forward. That is more of a play through the middle thing, more static, I think. I did play like with two strikers from time to time. I just don't like it much. They don't do much in build-up play. It makes sense. And personally, I like the shifts on the pitch. The Shadow Striker coming from basically from midfield into the penalty area, usually late, and as well as a target forward or a deep lying forward that drops the ball. He holds a ball and then plays a pass towards whoever runs well at the opposition defense. That doesn't need to be the Shadow Striker. Can be somebody else, like Baru or I don't know, whoever plays out here. But there's also a big problem with injuries that we had at the start of this season. So we never really got put on the ground. That's annoying. So assuming we play like this, I also think there's a problem playing a defensive midfielder in this formation. And I think we've been here. We did try to do that, but a defensive midfielder in this kind of formation holds position. It does not close down that much. And my biggest concern with this is a defensive midfielder in this formation does need to close down. The pressing is really important, if I'm not mistaken. So we can obviously instruct him to do that. Or not. No, we can't. If we put a ball-winning midfielder in here... Well, it doesn't say. He does still hold position. But I think a ball-winning midfielder is much more aggressive, if I'm not mistaken. Let me have a look. No. On a ball-winning midfielder, the hidden instruction for the role actually is uses more tactical discipline. I wasn't aware. But there is also significantly increased pressing on the ball-winning midfielder, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So this is why I always play a ball-winning midfielder here, despite the best role for the player being a defensive midfielder on paper. I think he's just better for tactical reasons. It's not really about well, it's not the maximum of what he's capable of. It's about what we need in the tactic, I think. So I think I'll go for a ball-winning midfielder here. given that this guy either needs positioning or strength. Let him lift. I also do think, looking at his decision making, his vision, his anticipation, none of this is horrible. He could do playmaking duties at some point, but it doesn't hurt for him to play the short possession passes, take his time, maybe come up with a good idea, but most of the time he will not do anything risky. So maybe I got it all wrong. Maybe it's better to get them some time on the ball, and hopefully they create something from it. Oh yeah, he shouldn't tackle harder. I see. So this would be either Jeffrey or Carrier's job. I guess, given that Carrier is a little bit faster. Doesn't train as a no-nonsense center back, does he? The no-nonsense center back just clears the ball long. Which can still be fine. If we do not want to retain possession, who cares? This is obviously Mazrin's job. So, we tell him to shoot less often, given that his finishing is 9 and his long shots is 5. We want him to run with the ball, get him closer to the goal. Or, alternatively, take the pass, that's fine too. Crossing less often makes sense, he doesn't know how to do it, and easing off tackles also makes sense. Nazarudin had decent performances, I think. Prior to being hurt. 3 matches, 2 assists. That's not horrible. He is prone to being injured again, though. So I don't want to play him for the whole time. And on the right side, I know it's weird, but I trust Baru at some point. He just needs playing time. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Well, so much for Dort. Lifting weights during training. He's trained his abs. There must be some sort of irony here. Believe it or not, I did some push-ups yesterday. I know, I don't look like it, but still, I did. So, yeah. Let's just say I feel my abs today. For some reason. Probably because I'm a couch potato. That'll teach me not to try sports. No, Jafar plays the under-19s. That's fine. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You have a point though, Mies. It's hard to determine who would be the next best player here. And given that half of the low knees are hurt all the time, we would need to find a player that doesn't get injured, that can do attacking midfield. So, is there anyone? That's the wrong position. I mean, I guess. Let's go all the way crazy with this. Let's sign an 18-year-old for attacking midfield that doesn't know how to finish, but at least he can play a pass. And, well, that's bullshit. There are a few options, though, for attacking midfielders. In fact, a few more. How about Taib? Been here. He is supposed to be a little bit cheaper. Natural fitness is 10, so that's fine. Is he prone to injury? Doesn't say here. Probably not. Preferably, I would like a player that has either a really good finish or a really good long shot or both. So, that or really good dribbling. Let's try to find a shadow striker that is appropriate. Wow. There is one that comes up, and it's the one we just had open. No. I thought about that too, but we can use him as an attacking midfielder. So assuming we play him as an Enganche, for example, he is a creative player. And in a possession-based system, that might actually make sense. Or is it? So like this. This has instruction to dribble less. He can still score from time to time, in case it's absolutely needed. Most of the time it would be a passing-focused role, though. But could be an idea. Then again, his vision is really low. So that's yet another setup that goes for failure somehow. We could also turn it around. Just putting that out there. Theoretically speaking, Elbuk Chastel can play in attacking midfield. He's not really used to it yet. But there's also the option to teach him how to do the Shadow Striker. He's not bad at it from an attribute perspective. He has more or less what he needs for it. Passing and vision could be a bit better. But in general, he's not horrible at it. He's well-rounded as a player. Where's the attribute thingy? That's not what I'm looking for. I don't know, this thing. So Elbuk Chastel is bad at defending, and his attacking could be a little bit better, same as his vision. But he's not horrible as a finisher. And he's also not that slow. Contrary to what you might think on a target forward. I think that works somehow. Well, me too. I like the big man little man partnership. Doesn't need the Shadow Striker doesn't need to be a little man, but usually he is. thinking back to Jorge Cesar and Isha in Indonesia. Both of them were big men. And well, Imbiri was the typical little man, right? He was 1 meter 69 or something, I think. And he was friggin' fast. So even though his finishing, long shots, and all of that wasn't that great, Imbiri was a good player there to have. As a result, a really fast player would also do in this position. Or, I don't know, somebody like this. Even though he has really bad finishing and all, he might be enough to get some creativity into this zone. That said, his skill level is really low relative to what we're looking for. So let me go to the transfer menu again. Does the director of football have any idea? Sure. Romley. We don't know anything about Romley. And it seems like he didn't want to come. Neither did he. Or him. They are... Kilatan is not one league below. Oh, they are. Never mind. So these are all Liga M3 possibilities. We'll also try to look for a loan. That's... What? Well, I guess we could loan a 17-year-old from Perak. At least the acceleration is pretty high, but otherwise I'm not so sure. Try to go for end of contract signing or not. And free transfers, there is a bunch too. This one came up recently. He is susceptible to injury though, so I think I'll take a pass. We had him on the radar recently. And I think it could be worse. He's also not that expensive in comparison to the rest of what's available. Or a 32-year-old like him. And now I'm a bit conflicted, because a 32-year-old seems like the better option despite the low dribbling and all. Because at least he's consistent, right? He's also a former player of ours, by the way. For some reason. Yeah. He just had 4 seasons with Cushing. But he belongs to us, he can make a comeback maybe. That said, I guess the other one is better suited. As an attacking midfielder. As a shadow striker, that is. And he still has some potential in him. Yeah, who wants to be star player? How about regular starter instead? Important player maybe? Okay. Let's see. That's a lot of money. So we start with 90. He will hate me for it. He will hate me for it. He wants 230. And a ton of stuff. Nah. I'm not really considering playing any of the youth players. I don't think it makes sense. I'm happy that Jafar scored that one goal, and to be fair, he is a good goal scorer with his 16 points of finishing. But I expect Jafar not to be able to do that on a repeated basis. Just due to being a casual. And maybe I'm overthinking anyway. Okay. So we just reduced the wage for Katul Anwar Mod Jalil. That's not bad. Like, his form is really bad. And now he has a 3-year contract. But I still think this is appropriate. We got more than 200 euros off the wage budget? Is that a thing? That's not on him only, though. Yeah. Because Azamuddin signed a new contract, too. Pulled hamstring. In training. Again. What is wrong with me? Ensure where possible that a player isn't forced into playing after a long spell out of the team. Well, yeah. They need to be sharp, and we didn't really do that, did we? So that's another problem. Sharpness has been pretty low overall. I really want to try this new stuff now. I just, without a cooling device, your new hardware probably doesn't work. I might try the old one, the old CPU cooler, but that's probably not a good idea. The thing's very old. We will need to play some Baldur's Gate 3 to celebrate later. Well, not later today. He should be sent on a 67-week intensive melee course. So that's more than a year. You serious? I think we'll stick to Chinese. That course is how much? I think 20k or something. It's really a ton of money. Not for big clubs, for us though. Okay, so Nazarudin lacks sharpness. Jafar doesn't. So let us learn from what we know. All of these players need sharpness. They need playing time. Carrier doesn't. Well, somewhat. So he can come along, Ishak can come along because we need a right back. It's the same as always, isn't it? Is it Abba or Rusdi? Abba is on a 7.3. Rusdi... nope. So I guess Abba will make it. It's fun, we have a Rosti and a Rusdi. I think McManamy stands a chance of making an appearance. Still trained as a roaming playmaker, and, well, to be fair, his training performances have been okay. No problem there. I'm not sure if I agree with playing him in that role, though. Whatever. Shall we play Jafar? For Nazarudin? Jafar has no idea how to do this. Nah, we'll keep him as he is. You know what? We'll focus on the players that need the sharpness and that I actually think are useful to the squad. And in Jafar's case, he's here to develop character. But to be honest, I do not think he's that useful for the squad most of the time. I realize that he showed that he can be useful. So from that perspective, I think I'd rather play McManamy up front. Or anyone. Just give him time on the pitch. So that we at least have, I don't know, 15 players that are somewhat sharp. I think that needs to be primary concern. And we should also probably play another friendly face in Sarawak or whomever to get rid of the low sharpness on most of these players. It's even a problem on the core squad. So that needs to be done. I also think we should probably have a team talk, shouldn't we? I don't want to abuse this feature too much, but for now, morale is horrible. Really, really horrible. That might have to do with losing, but it also has to do with the very inconsistent squad characters. It's all over the place. What did I think, including a professional player in here? So how have results been recently? We lost 4 out of... Yeah, we lost 4 out of 5. So it's entirely warranted that they are in a really bad mood. Great! No team meeting available. What's poor? Oh, the dressing room atmosphere. Yeah, I agree with that. Great. So we do go for still a positive mentality, still some short passing, basically passing it through defense, but without the high tempo, with lower tempo. We will go back to football for imbeciles at some point. At some point we will do like low block, very defensive, pass the ball around, don't do anything. Something like that. If it doesn't get better. I've been there with you, the Hawkdals AK. I can do this. If nothing else works, that gives you a chance to just shut up shop. And not create much. For now, though, we still try. That said, we can as well do this in defensive mode or in cautious mode or something. That works too. And really, the tempo, they are somewhat accomplished with this. We'll focus on this. For the next match. Not for today. For today, it's too late. Says 45 minutes here. Is there anyone that can play an attack in midfield that is somewhat sharp? Other than Jafar, obviously. As well, Jafar is on a heavy match load. Yes. He's out of it. Chong Ai King has transfer arranged. Lee Choi Kin, well, I guess we could try that. But whom do we leave at home in that case? RC? RC trains well. Elbuk Chastel is the only Chuck still. It's the only striker in the squad other than Azamuddin. Why is he so absurdly devastated? Might as well try him as a target forward. That said, I thought he was a deep lying forward, but he's in decline here too. Doesn't help much. Oh. Wow. .5 last time out, no chances created, nothing done. Okay. I guess we will go through them, sorry. That needs to be done. Here, have some feedback. You didn't play well. Training is okay-ish. He says he's been working hard. I do not necessarily agree, but it's something. Form 6.66. That's not good enough for the first team, I think. I will tell him. Okay. Better. Baru. Form on a 6.78 is not fantastic. Training on a 6.1 isn't great either. Conduct, no problems. .4 rating last time out, 1 chance created. Hmm. 3 out of 4 tackles is 75%. That will probably not matter much for positive feedback. So we'll leave it at that. Chong Ai King will not play. Chucho will. 6.3 rating last time out. Didn't create anything. He had 2 key passes though. So whatever that means. I guess we can be happy with that. Also, no problem with the tackling so far. In general, it feels like we do not get that many yellow cards. For now. Maybe I'm wrong about that though. Well, this is not good enough, but given his age... Good. Dodd will not play, Dickey will not play, Elbuk Chastel will. We did tell him that he needs to score. His recent form is okay-ish, could be better. Do not want to comment on it, I think. Did we comment on the conduct recently? I guess so. So that leaves us with no development. Yeah, that worked. At least for now. That'll not happen, none of this, and neither this. Good having this talk. This development is nothing either. 24 years old, I think we can criticize his development. That works. Conduct should be fine. I think he had a yellow card, one for the entire season so far. So I think in the last few matches, one yellow card is okay. That's alright. Performance in the last match, 6.6. We conceded 2 goals. I think a central defender cannot be happy if you concede goals. So we'll criticize that. He tries to do his best. From okay to fairly good, to quite good. Alright. And form, his form has been shit too. Fakrula is one that I would want to keep, but for now he's too expensive if I'm not mistaken. We had a look at that at some point. Armor doesn't play next time out. Training ratings is really horrible. He's on a bench, I think. Didn't play last time. We can praise his conduct. If he didn't play much, well, then we're okay with that. Form 7.02. RC 6.58. Well, this is an instant criticism for form. Oh, okay, we can set a target for him, for RC. Do we want a goal target or an assist target? That doesn't make much sense. We just want a match rating target, don't we? What match rating do we need on Harsey? Anyone's got any suggestions? He is middle of the road as a player. So I guess a 7, maybe? Would that be appropriate? That is good, but it's not too hard. Could we set a lower and more realistic target, please? Okay. So let's make it 6.5. So he thinks a 6.5 target for him overall is too much. By the way. Well, Harsey, what the hell are you doing here if a 6.5 target is too much? A 6.5 is too much. This form is horrible. Carrier didn't play much better. He can have a target too. So, given his recent form on of a 6.62, Carrier, well, he's on a similar level as Harsey, right? So let's try a 6.8 first. He wants a way lower target. I'll try 6.3. Just to have some borderline baseline at least. Great. That's... At least he has a target now. He wants to achieve a 6.3 rating throughout all of the matches. It's something. .07. Well, he won't play. Mazrin, on the other hand. Mazrin is one of ours too. So we can criticize his form too, I think. Same here. And we'll start it out with a 6.6 maybe? He thinks 6.6 is achievable. Okay, so we know that for the future. A squad player thinks a 6.6 is fine on this level, at least Mazrin thinks. That way, well, mod Ayman Mazrin. McManamy is a low knee. Can't really criticize his form anyway. Mod Khalil though, yeah. On him we should be able to. Or not. .3 last match. Conceded 2 goals. At one point he will have a good performance. I'm sure about it. We'll just keep going. Okay, it says we should go very defensive. You know what? We will go very defensive. But with a high press. The players know how to play this more or less. So we play dumb football. Pass the ball around, slightly lower tempo, waste some time. Try to retain possession, work the ball into the box if it's possible. Don't do much else. Hopefully keep him away from the goal. Holy shit. This one was also really good. He's a bit slow. Also, the goalkeeper has something. What's going on with him? Did he just return from injury or something? He has a bruised chin. Well, that will not affect his performance that much. Mr. Daniel Ting, on the other hand, a twisted knee. Comeback from a twisted knee on Daniel Ting? Wouldn't it be bad if something happened to him? Bravery and strength are acceptable on him though. I don't know what to do here. None of these attributes are really horribly bad, are they? Let it be determined by the players. I trust my players. Maybe I overdid it recently. Who knows? Just let us get this over with. And if we go down, or I don't know, I get fired, at least there's some experience to be had. Okay, so I still think we need aggression and revenge. That works. We also need some maybe cautious, maybe reluctant encouragement. I'm not sure what reluctance there for, really. Place your bets. We'll do this. Also, I just realized we need to do a 30-second ad. So, we will do that too. I will go on a break and I will wait at the start. BRB. Back at it. Kickoff by Adriano. There we are. And we have our start. This is just as bad as last time as a start, isn't it? Still trying to close him down. Still not getting anywhere with it. Not bad. Luckily, he didn't hit the target. Offside. Alright. We have 50% possession, it seems. And this gets headed behind by Jeffrey again. Is there anything we can do? Avoid crosses maybe, don't know. But that should be on, right? Stop all of this crossing, please. Third pass again. Ooh, interesting ball towards Baru. 2 versus 1. 4 versus 1. Baru delays play a ton and loses the ball. Ooh. That's not good. Safavi with a floated cross and Jeffrey for another corner. Go, 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 you can do better. Perak are in the lead, facing Cushing. Not sure what's going on there. Mazrin... Baru doesn't win that duel. Chuchu works as a defender for now. Well, to be fair, for now, the defensive mentality worked. Don't hurt yourself again, Nazarudin. It's a corner! We might just create something from that corner. This is way better than the cup game. In the cup game, I think we had 4 goals at this point. 2 on both sides. So it's not very entertaining, but who cares about entertainment other than the board anyway? Mazrin... Oh. Well... Zakaria with a goal, that would have been great. I'm not sure if what we're doing works or if they just were unlucky so far. That was close. Oh, now we're in trouble. Safavi, please don't let him cross. Please don't let him cross either. Nice ball by Ankun. That's horrible. And that's yet another corner. This is Jeffrey's favorite pastime these days. Giving away corners to the opponent. That was probably the best chance of the whole game. Luckily though, Mochalil was on the line and saved that one. Ankun, Mazrin with a floated cross. Towards Baru, Elbuk Jasdel, Ankun! Was this a case of work the ball into the box? It certainly felt that way. Took him a lot of time to finally take the finish. Well, the shot. Maybe my problem is that I'm trying to play positive mentality at all. Maybe it should be defensive mentality or at least cautious most of the time. Not to concede. Oh, Nazarudin. Well blocked. We may make it to halftime. Who knows? That's well blocked again. Mazrin for Baru. Will he run for it? Will he find a man on the left? No, he will not. He will lose the ball again. Oh, Baru. Counter-attacking is not what he's doing today. But who knows? Maybe they'll figure it out at some point. Mod Jalil actually catch the ball, which is great. Contrary to what we usually see with him, with all of the fisting the ball away. That seems fine. Baru. Nasarudin. Bakrula again. Ankun. Ankun for Baru. That was a longer ball. Baru down the line and, well, at least we get a corner. I'm not sure if I should be excited by not conceding. Is this something that we're going for these days? Is this a positive? Pick it up, Choo Choo. Great. Mazrin. No offside. Elbuk just... Well, now it smells like revenge. Might be. I'm not sure if I should say wholly deserved, but it definitely is better than last time, isn't it? We might just go with the praising there. If, well, this is probably just a kickoff. We'll be fine. Well done. Well done. Also, give me a second. Yes, please confirm this, thank you. We can waste time for the remainder of the match. I wanted a draw. We could get better. Maybe. Look at that. Oh, choo-choo. At least try to go for the ball, please. Choo-choo with a long pass towards Elbok Chastel, which is fantastic. There's Nazarud in, Shadow Striker on the run, and that's just a waste of a finish. This is how it works, Mies. At least in theory. In practice, well, he maybe should hit the back of the net. Also, this is bad. Don't let him shoot, that's even worse. What a save! Great! Elbok Chastel is on a yellow card for some reason. He does ease of tackles. Well done. Oru picks up the ball again. Run, 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 run. Or slow down the pace, that's fine too. Definitely on the wrong wing. Well, nothing came of that. They push up really high. And trying to pass the ball around in a short manner here. We do seem to keep possession sometimes. Not all of the time though. It's weird. We have 33% possession. So it's not like we can be proud of that. Also, we do win the ball back and lose it subsequently. All the time. Well done, Zakaria. That's bad. Shit. Well, it was a good start. That was so close to halftime. Stuff like this happens. In the end, well, it's not at the end yet, but we do stand a chance here with this kind of tactic. Oh. I think it's Masrin's fault. That's even worse. I think I will praise him at halftime, actually. Given the amount of matches that we lost recently. That's offside, isn't it? Should have been. By the way, this Elstall person, just wanna know. He's Malaysian. Swedish and English, yeah. He's a Swede. I thought as much. Given the name. And another corner. For now, well, the recent experience were that after corners we sometimes have a small chance for a counter-attack. This time we don't break though. Okay. I'm happy with this. They are happy with this. Let's not overpraise anyone, but this is fine. I don't want to put pressure on anyone. I think in general, things are going well. Yes, a draw, I realize. But we are trying not to get relegated. Obviously, I would have preferred not to concede that goal, but what can you do? Nice pass. Wow. Wow. Chuchu with the cross. Nothing. How's Mazrin? Currently he's fine. That was a foul for sure though. And Jeffrey gives him another corner. Which reminds me. So I'm gonna take off a little bit of the time wasting and put the tempo to slightly lower only. They should be more used to it in that case. And familiarity matters sometimes. What the hell? Why would you do that? Ankun, nice pass. That was a more direct version. Zakaria, good pass to Mazrin. I don't know if this was offside. Yes, it was. Shit. Shit. We rarely have any chances. Gotta make them count. Well intercepted, Ankun. To be fair, it was rather easy. Elbukcha still, this is the most complicated pass you could have picked. Hopefully they can't break. Come on, hit him! He doesn't. I can see the long ball already. Daniel Ping, Rashid. That's offside, isn't it? Whew. This is offside. It isn't. Close. Is strong J back? I'm feeling nervous. Well claimed. Can we make it to the end of the match? Baru, Nazarudin. This Madrobi person also needs more shots on his goal. Then again, I think he has a bruised chin or something. So that's really, not really that much of a problem for him, most likely. Well intercepted, Chuchu. Problem is your header went ways astray. Baru seems to be a little bit tired. This offside. Please tell me it is. It wasn't. Shall we sub off Baru? He does look tired. We still have a ton of time to play. I don't know if Hammer trained well, doesn't matter much. We'll put him onto the pitch. And I will also bring Lee McMenemy for Mr. Ankun. That's a little bit more creativity. Come on, guys, you can do it. Apparently nothing came of that corner. This though? That's another one for us. Hit the flag. Defensive high block. And really boring short passing, taking your time plays. Is this how we get a result finally? Well done. Hammer's fresh on the pitch. This is not a good pass. Hidalgo. That is dangerous. Bakrula was there. Abdul Rashid. Jeffrey. Chuchu. There's some ball control here. He's not a good dribbler anymore at his age. Also not a good passer. This works though. Ah! Oh, got it. We had a counter attack. Did you see that? Chuchu takes the corner. That did bounce around the penalty area. Hillbrook Justel. Nazarudin. Take the shot, man. He doesn't. Yeah, I guess you need to work the ball into the box, that is true. Jeffrey out on the right wing. Of all the people. Badrul Hisham. Don't lose possession, please. Fakrullah. Zakaria. Fakrullah. Short passing, that's fine. Mazarin. Chuchu again. Of course he goes for a dribble. There's a cross. Far post header. Well, we'll take the corner. It's something. Zakaria's defensive performance is lackluster at best. Chuchu doesn't do much. This is really a horrible match overall. But what do I care? If we get a point in the end, this is good. Masrin. It's another throw-in. To be taken by Badrul Hisham, I guess. Hillbrook just still... Did you consider jumping McMenemy? Maybe? You could have been the hero of the day. So they have this half Swedish, half English, half Malaysian player in their central defense. That explains a lot. Well intercepted. Zakaria, McMenemy. Decent pass. Hillbrook Justel. Hammer. Will he go past his man? Well... He might. He does. And Zulpaglar sadly wins the header. 20 minutes to go. So, there's a little problem here. I think we need to rotate people. So we'll try Harsey. Let him be on attack maybe and Mazrin be on support. Not sure if that's a good idea. Carrier seems to be in good morale, but the central defenders, well, they're certainly not perfect so far, but they have a decent game. I think I'll bring on Rosti for Mazrin. He's a little bit better in defense if I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah, not by much though. And I think I'll bring on Abba too for Zakaria. He does need to do ball winning midfielder too though. You can't score a winning goal if you can't score a goal at all. It will probably be the winning one, given the quality of the defending today. RC... oh, so close. What? Oh, it's a penalty! Please put it in! I guess that's a way to win these matches too. Albert Chastel with his 8th goal of the season, I think. Match number 7, goal number 8. Now I make us favorites to win, that's for sure. Get this over with. We got it. Maybe. Well done. Well done. In the end, nobody will ask how we achieved that result. What the hell, Fakrula? Nice! Nice, very nice. He made it off the pitch. What happened here? Tactical changes? What tactical changes? So, he comes on. I think given that I refrained from giving all of them stats today, opposition instructions today, I think I'll just keep it as it is. Maybe I should keep that stuff to a minimum anyway. That's easy to intercept. McManamy. Good pass. That's a bad pass. McManamy gets the ball back. Please do something useful with McManamy. I guess thanks for running with it. Badrul Hirschan with a cross from deep. That should be offside. It is. Including the penalty, we had the better chances now. And Fakrula seems to think that knocking the ball long is the way to go here. I don't think he's instructed to do that though. Don't let him get to the ball. Whew. Well intercepted. Arcee's on the ball now. Only one man left. Well, he's followed by 2. Come on, Harsey. Sure, delay play until there's nothing left to be done. That tackle was impressive and at the same time really dangerous, given the yellow card he's on. Okay. Over the goal. I'm inclined to go very defensive. But I think they are used to defensive mentality, so we'll keep it at that. Mercy, Kodiaba. Interesting ball. Harsey with a cross. Goalkeeper doesn't seem very secure. Rosty, Harsey, Rosty. Nice. Kodiaba. Across. Nothing. That was really close. Not yet. Not yet. Wait. Just wait. Well, thank you very much. Not yet, though. 4 minutes to go, and, well... It seems like really unentertaining football might be the solution. Looking at the amount of possession. That didn't work. Pick it up! He does. Which reminds me, Nazarudin is very prone to injury, and he makes the 90 minutes, it seems. That'll be 2 set pieces if we win this. A header after a corner and a penalty. This offside. No, it isn't. Close him down! I don't care how. Win the ball. Knock him over. This is really dangerous. Whew. Five minutes left. A cross. That goes behind for a corner. I think we will continue the theme of the praising here. It's not really deserved, but being up by 1 goal against a way stronger team, I think it is fine. Like, this is not a good performance overall. It isn't. But who cares about it if the result in the end is on our side? Nice time wasting, Harsey. Look at the amount of players they leave up front. Alright, alright, alright. Please defend well. Kamarudin. Nakso Isha. Man, that's a name. It's Insha. Or Insa. Who knows? Don't let him shoot! It's a corner. Oh! The goalkeeper's coming with. Well defended. It's another corner. This is a horror movie. One minute 20 to go. Don't let him shoot. Keep a hold of the ball. That's fine too. Just don't give him a second yellow. Okay. Ways over the goal, and Elstol was offside. That should be it. Mies called it. Is this a win? Please don't do anything stupid with it. Just knock the long ball forward. The right wing is entirely deserted. That's fine too. I don't know how we deserved this, but in the end we got the win. This is absurd. Woo! It was a great win. Be proud, everyone. Also, your performance was shit. Still, be proud. If not for Elbak Chastel, we wouldn't have won that one. Just look at it. Mazarin served him 1 goal after a corner, and, well, the other one was a penalty. I'm not even sure who got shoved. Ankun didn't create anything. Bakrula and Jeffrey were basically busy heading behind for corners all the time. Well, Mr. Mochalil in goal still conceded one. Zakaria had a 6.2 rating. Chuchu on a 6.1. Baru on a 6.3. There's nothing to be proud of here other than the 3 points. That's it. This is exactly what we're going for. 3 points is 3 points. We needed those. I was hoping for 1. Well, to be honest, a more defensively solid performance, which we got. But I did not expect to be lucky after set pieces and to get a penalty. So it might still have gotten to a 0-1 or something. We might have lost it. But keeping the overall amount of expected goals and, well, chances taken, but also also the quality of the chances. Keeping all of that low obviously makes us less prone to conceding and also way less prone scoring. So it works in our favor, given that we are trying to reduce their goal scoring by more than ours. I don't know if I make sense, but we're trying to basically tilt the odds in our favor. If it works, playing defensively, well, why not? Then we can do it again. It seems like it worked this time, so yeah. Also, Johor DT make it back to the top of the table. So there's that. Kuala Lumpur lost. Hey, Kuala Lumpur City FC took the lead in minute 4, and afterwards they got devastated. Not bad. $10 points after 7 matches. And I think our striker now has 8 goals to his name. I'm not sure what's going on with him. Where is it? Should be down here. Goals. 8 in the league. 1 in the cup. I don't know. It's what he does. For a living apparently. A win. We'll just praise him. Wonderful goal scoring. Good job. Johor DT reached 10 matches unbeaten. And I will wrap up the stream. Because that's what I wanted to do today. And I want to end on a high note. So this is as high as it gets, right? Have a nice evening. We will see each other, I guess, on Friday latest. As usual. That said, on Friday, maybe I will have new hardware. Or if I don't come back at all, then I fucked up the build. So, you know, fingers crossed. Wish me luck. I will see you next time. For episode 36, I think. Thanks for watching. Bye.